Welcome to Friday, October 1st, a new month, 2021. Happy Friday, everybody. And as we head on into this upcoming weekend, well, it's going to be a really nice start to October. It's going to be wet today and into early Saturday across southern Colorado, New Mexico, and into western Kansas and Texas. Those areas getting some needed rain, but elsewhere there's really not much going on. You see the hot air balloon there, the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta getting started this weekend. The weather not so good to get it started, but should get better later on. Now, cool and fair weather will be found elsewhere today with high clouds and sun. The nice weather through Tuesday. There's just really nothing between Saturday and Tuesday of any consequence. We still see that mid-October weather pattern change coming. Confidence is growing. And then we're going to talk about temperatures. What did September look like if we were to look at those temperatures compared to average? As we take a look, we get more fall colors out there. This is in the Vito View area just east of Laramie. Yesterday, boy, this is going to be another great weekend to check out those fall colors. And look what I found yesterday. Yep, a woolly bear caterpillar. This got me thinking about the woolly bears and the bands and that old wives' tale of, well, if the bands are more black or there's more black than brown in the middle, well, that could mean a severe winter. And I did a little bit of research, and pretty much the whole woolly bear caterpillar thing has been debunked as really not a signal of what winter's like, but it's still kind of fun anytime you see one of those. More aerial photos coming in. Thanks, Tommy Harvey. Another great aerial shot of the fall colors across many areas of central and southeastern Wyoming. Thanks for the photos, everybody. Today's satellite photo shows a swirl. If you look real close, we got a swirl of clouds right here, a counterclockwise spin in the atmosphere. This is the water vapor photo showing the center of the upper level low just southeast of the Four Corners area. This system is going to slowly go this direction today, and that's why southern areas of Colorado, this area right here, are going to get into some showers and thunderstorms. While further north, if we take a look at the regular satellite infrared photo, there is going to be some high and mid-level clouds on the back side for the Front Range of northern Colorado and southeastern Wyoming, but generally clear skies elsewhere. We've got a little bit of high cloudiness with a wave right there, but that's really not going to do much. So once the system moves on out, you can see upstream, there's just really not much coming our way. Here's the upper level low, as you saw on the satellite imagery. Here's that little wave coming through, but it's going to go this way. This is going to go this way. And then we're going to just go through the weekend with not much going on. This is what's going to fall mainly over the next 24 hours. You can see the mountains of Colorado, even the Wasatch of Utah, and then the better rains down in New Mexico, the Panhandle areas right there. A few weak showers could get into the southern mountains of Wyoming and northern Colorado today, mainly some sprinkles. That system up there, really not much of a factor. You can see a lot of white. There's just not much going on between now and Monday. And the upper level charts show high pressure kind of building back in later this weekend and into Monday. Now upstream, you can probably notice that we've got a bigger trough here. This is a little low right here that is going to get pushed through here on Wednesday, Tuesday night, Wednesday. That may produce a few showers. But the next bigger weather maker is going to be arriving right here towards the weekend. And here we are. This is by Friday afternoon. We have a pretty good push of Pacific air coming on in, and the cold core of the low and the heavier moisture will be coming in from the Pacific Northwest and coming into the Central Rockies. There are still a lot of disagreements in the modeling, so we can't give you details, but the timing of this next significant weather pattern change still appears to be right around that 10th of October and maybe a little bit beyond that, as we do see this is by the end of next weekend. This is the moisture associated with that change. So the Pacific Northwest, look how far down into California the showers get. So by the end of next week and next weekend, hunters and travelers, be prepared for a change in the weather. Remember that weather modeling is just a tool. It's not reality. It's just a tool. So you just have to look at these maps. What I'm doing with these maps are showing you what the trend will be. Don't look at the specifics. We'll get to the specifics as we get a little bit closer. You can see that there is a risk for snow in the higher elevations. This is why hunters are going to want to watch the weather by next weekend and then into the following week as it does start to get colder. Even the high Sierra, California, looking at some measurable snowfall there. So things are changing towards mid-month. Now let's take a look. Everyone's been commenting about how warm September was. Well, was it warm? When you add up the numbers, boy, it certainly was. Look at the very warm temperatures. We see the orange and the reds. That means temperatures above the 30-year average. So they were warmer than normal. The south, central, and the southeast, the Gulf Coast of the United States, relative to average, was the coolest in the United States, along with the Pacific Northwest coastal areas, and then a good chunk of Mexico as well, a little bit cooler than normal. Now, a lot of folks are saying, boy, it's been hot all year, but that's really not the case. If you started measuring and keeping track of the records since January 1st, this is what the anomaly looks like. So yes, there have been some warm parts of the nation, but at the same time, the areas, especially here in the West, that had a very warm September, since January 1st, this area here has had average or below average temperatures if you look at the whole year on a whole. Now, why is that? Well, you tend to forget about what's happened, but you got to remember the severe cold we had in February. May was a very, very cool month, but we really warmed up in June, July, August, and September. So you're somewhat skewed by the whole year by what's happened most recently. So we are looking at going into the last couple of months of the year with the temperature anomaly for the lower 48 looking like this. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have yourself a really good weekend. Enjoy the fall colors and enjoy the nice autumn weather because it is really going to be a splendid weekend, everyone.